Hey everyone, it's Caitlin from Really Big Plant. Thank you so much for joining me.
Really Big Plant.
Alright, so for this video, we are doing a mega unboxing. I ordered a ton of plants. I ordered 14 plants and we're gonna open them all up today. And one of them is a very, very special wishlist plant that I've been waiting to buy for years and years and years. I told myself that I was never gonna get one of these plants until a really big one became available for like a very reasonable price. And I kind of broke my resolution and decided to order one of these plants, kind of small, because it was at a price that I thought was pretty good. Okay, so these plants are from Gabriella Plants. They're based in Florida, and I've had a really good experience ordering from them in the past, multiple times. I usually order from them a couple times a year because I found that they've got some of the best houseplant prices out there, and they have a huge inventory that updates, I think, every week, and they have a really broad selection of popular plants these days in the houseplant community. Like, I think their growers and their team is very aware of what the people want and try to provide it. So I really like them. This video, by the way, is not sponsored. They have no idea I'm making this video. I paid full price for all these plants. So this is just my actual genuine endorsement that I like ordering from Gabriella Plants. And in the past, when I have had issues, they have been able to resolve. I guess I did have one time where they never responded to me and I was kind of upset, but it was on a plant that was very, very cheap, so. But I am a many times repeat customer. What I say is not influenced by any kind of relationship with them. You know how I am, you guys. I'm honest with you about what I think about plant stuff. Okay, so they sent my shipment in 2 packages. I actually placed this order like over 2 weeks ago, and it did take like a week and some days for the order to ship. The fall is my favorite time of year to order plants because the plants tend to be at their biggest from sellers, because they know heading into winter business tends to slow, and they've been growing their plants all throughout the growing season, so they're at like their biggest size for the same relative price at this time of year, depending on the region where growers are growing, but that's tended to be my experience. So now is a really good time of year to order plants if your weather still permits the delivery. Anyway, I'm so happy to have these 2 boxes in front of me because I had my like excitement pretty quickly transmute into anxiety while waiting for these plants to arrive, because they kind of like got lost in the mail somewhere between Florida and California, which really could be pretty much anywhere. I mean, I don't think they were lost, but if you have experience with USPS, sometimes all of the tracking info goes away and they're just like, we have your package, it's not going to be delivered when expected, and they just like don't give you any more information. So this was supposed to come a couple of days ago. I've been anxiously waiting for these boxes. I was just trying to figure out which one of these boxes has my like super special wish list plant on it, but the first thing I did was rip off the shipping labels because I'm filming and I don't want to show my address and whatever, but I can't figure out which box is which. They're labeled 1 and 2, so I'm just gonna open them in that order. I'm kind of annoyed at myself. This is so exciting. I can't remember the last time I got this many plants. It's literally been like almost 2 years since I ordered this many plants all at once. Okay, let's do it. It's so amazing. Look at this. Look at this, you guys. This is a beautiful plant package to open up. Like, look at how organized this is. Amazing. I guess I'm speaking too soon. The plants could be like smushed up inside of there. The tubing looks really nice. So, what on, oh my gosh, what on earth is I'm such a mess, you guys. Okay. That's where that piece went. Okay. This tripod slowly sinks. Just wondering if the first thing I'm seeing is 20,000 spider mites, but I think it's a natural feature of this plant. Hi, you can do anything. It's fine. The unboxing so chill. I haven't opened a single plant yet.
Oh.
Am I too loud? Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you a little bit, but I can't, like, it's totally fine. It doesn't.
Gabriella
I know, it
Plants,
looks
so
amazing.
beautiful, right?
I can see a little bit.
I know, I just freaked out because I thought this was spider mites on here. Do you see that?
Yeah.
All the little dots on the back of that leaf?
Yeah, I do.
But actually, I think that means I know what plant this is. This is the most interesting plant in my order, to be honest, actually. So I guess we're gonna start with that one. My poor husband, he works so hard. Here I am like, what plant is this? Okay, we're doing this one first. And the little not spider mites that I think I just saw on there, I think cued me into what plant this is, because it's a plant that produces like little growth sugars, which the saps produced by extrafloral nectaries. Let me see if I'm right. We're gonna open this. Yeah. The little tags. Am I already regretting doing this over carpet? Maybe. Ah, it's so beautiful. Wow. Okay, so this plant is a Medinilla miriantha. Medinillas are a type of flowering plant that are from mainly South Asia. So Medinilla plants are distinguished by these big leaves that grow in pairs, and they have this beautiful thick veining. This Medinilla plant is a plant that I think most people buy for its flowers. This particular one, the Medinilla miriantha, is also sometimes called like Malaysian grapes or something like that. This particular type of Medinilla originates in the Malaysian rainforest, and these are plants that I heavily associate with Southeast Asia. So they create these beautiful drooping flowers. I've never had one of these before, and I have no idea how it's going to do in my care, but hopefully it can do pretty well. I think they do like very bright light, so I'm gonna try to put this in a bright spot near a window up here, and hopefully this can produce some flowers for me someday. So yeah, I'm really excited to have this plant. When I think of Medinillas, I associate them with kings. Like many things, when royalty becomes interested in something, it becomes something that other people become interested in, and that's how a lot of eccentric esoteric interests start to become established, historically anyway. But anyway, oh, I should talk about the little things I thought were spider mites. This plant produces these little sugars that are similar to the types of excretions produced by lots of different plants to aid in making the plant more attractive for its pollinators. Next. Okay. Ooh. Yay. Okay. All right, so this is a philodendron goldii, a thaumatophyllum sprucianum. It has been reclassified, but I think people know what you're talking about if you say either name. This is a type of philodendron that does not need to climb up something. It just is sort of self-containing, and it grows from one spot. And this can grow into a huge plant someday, and these leaves continue to be lobed like this as it grows. These have the coolest leaves, these philodendron goldii. And I actually ordered 2 of these, so there should be another one in this order somewhere, because these are just a very easy plant to take care of, and they're so interesting looking. I do actually have another little one that I keep in a very low light condition, and it's very slow growing, but it's done well for me. So I decided that I was going to get a couple more of them because I want to put them around up here and just get a couple more plants that look a little bit healthier than some of my spider mite ones have been recently. I'm excited to just be building up a stash of plants again. So this is, yeah, a nice little thaumatophyllum sprucianum philodendron goldii, and it looks so good. The most mature leaf on here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lobes on it. So that is amazing. All right. Look at this. Look at this packaging. Another moment to appreciate the packaging. They do a good job. Okay. Ooh. I'm so excited. Okay. Hooray. Look at that. Look at that popping out. Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay. This gorgeous plant. This plant is a philodendron myoi, and I believe it is a Brazil native. And this is a climbing philodendron, so you can see this one stem here is already starting to get long. It looks like this plant actually has, are there several plants in this pot? Wow. I think there's a bunch of plants in here. This is a huge, nice plant. Oh my gosh. Wow. There's like 4 or 5 little plants in here. Oh, how amazing. Okay, this is very exciting. Philodendron myoi, welcome to the collection. I've never had one of these philodendrons before. I'd kind of been like, I stopped ordering climbing philodendrons because I have found that I'm not as committed as I need to be to staking them up to encourage them to grow to their big size, but I do want to try with this one because this is such a big, beautiful plant. And I've been finding myself liking the leaves that are more palmate recently or have more lobing in them than the heart-shaped leaves. So this plant is very attractive to me and I'm really, really excited to have it. Oh, I just realized that I should pop up the price alongside each of these. Gabriella Plants has this like ongoing discount thing where anytime you order more than 4 plants at once, they give you 15% off, at least the whole time I've been ordering from them. So this whole order was 15% off, which is awesome. And say thank you to Taylor for packing my order. It's beautifully packed. Thank you, Taylor. It makes it feel so personal. And as a business, this keeps things accountable, makes people do their best work. I don't know if this is actually stressful for the employees. Okay, anyway, we're not going to talk about that. Let's keep going. All right. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is a gorgeous plant. Oh my gosh. Wow, look at this. Okay, this is really beautiful. This leaf has some kind of very weird stuff growing on it, but it's definitely like colonies because it's so organized that it's gotta be, right? Like when it looks like you took a, like it's magnetic and you took a magnet over it and it, all the little ends stand up. Do you see that black stuff with the standing ends?
Yeah, totally. Just cut that leaf off.
I should cut the leaf off, right?
Yeah. Do you want to get you something?
This is, when you look at this plant, do you see how there's this cup in this leaf that can hold water? This is why people warn you not to let your plants have leaves that, like, if they hold a lot of water, to not put water on top of them, because you can create the perfect environment for something very strange to start growing. So I'm gonna cut off this one leaf. All right, this is an epiphyllum oxypetalum. So it is a night blooming cactus, an epiphyllum, jungle cactus, and I'm very, very excited to have it. I figured I should actually get one of these because I tend to be kind of a night owl. I like to stay up at night, and this plant, when it flowers, is a night bloomer, which is the case with a lot of different plants. This plant just somehow has a reputation of being famously an amazing night bloomer, and the blooms on this plant only last one night, and they're very fragrant and white. So I bought this because I figured I can put it in my office, and when I'm up at night late doing work, I can maybe observe this plant bloom eventually. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to have this plant. Epiphyllum oxypetalum. Very excited to add this to my collection. I've always wanted one of these. Yay! Uh-oh. Get that dirt back in there. The fact the dirt was popping out like that kind of makes me worried that this plant isn't really rooted. that's okay. It looks very healthy though, so I'm sure there must be some roots in there. This is a Hoya fungi. So this one looked really cool to me. I like the way that it has this kind of veining on the leaves. I read that it was like a pretty quick grower for other people, and I think that it produces white to pink blooms. The blooms can change color depending on the environmental conditions that they are grown in, and we'll see what happens when it flowers, so hooray. And part of what makes it so amazing is that its leaves are fuzzy. It's got these this very, very subtle pubescence, which is the word for when plants have like that little fuzz on them, and it's a soft plant. The leaves are really soft. All right. This is a little Hoya Camingiana, and it looks very thirsty. We're gonna give it a drink of water right away. That should be okay. So this is another cute little Hoya. I ordered this one because it grows yellow flowers, and I'm really excited to hopefully have some yellow flowers someday. I've only ever had Hoyas that grow pink or white flowers, so, or like kind of greenish ones sometimes, but yeah, this one makes yellow flowers, so I hope it blooms. All right, this looks like it got very messy. Ah, crap. All right, shoot, this one's root system is a little bit exposed. So this is a Hoya UT39. So the Hoyas that you see that have that naming, UT and then a number, are all grown by an individual grower. The UT stands for somebody's name, which I can't remember off the top of my head. This one makes these really nice pink flowers, and I'm very excited to see how it grows. It does look to me like the stem has split here. Like it broke right here. So this plant is not as big as it looks, and it needs to be propagated. So we'll propagate that. Okay, this is the Hoya that I'm most excited about. Yeah! I wish this wasn't the smallest one. Okay, but this looks healthy, so that's good. And the stem is not broken. So this is a Hoya McGillivrayi. It is one of the biggest ones that I've seen photos of. It gets like grotesquely huge. The flowers on this Hoya grow enormously large for some reason. So I'm really hoping that I can grow this one to a point of flowering, and we'll see what happens. It looks like it's got a long way to go because I think the leaves get really big too. And this one's meant to be, I think, a pretty fast grower. So hopefully we can get this plant going, and hopefully I can get some of those giant flowers. So hooray. All right, that was the first box. I'm gonna move this. The really special wishlist plant is in this box. So excited. And these are like all wishlist plants, let's be real. But there's one that I've been wanting for a long time that I bet a lot of you guys actually already have. Okay, beautiful packaging as always. Okay. This is a plant that I ordered. It's a philodendron that I ordered specifically because the description on Gabriella Plants' website said that their plants that they have in 4-inch pots were particularly full. So I'm hoping that this is like a very full plant. We shall see. Oh, okay, to be fair, I don't think it necessarily said that they were very full plants. It said that they were multi-stem pots. So I hope that means that this is a full plant. Oh my gosh. Oh, it is way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Wow. Okay. Hey, wow, this is beautiful and so full. This is a philodendron silver sword, the philodendron hastatum. This was a plant that had a huge moment of popularity during the pandemic and got very, very expensive for a while. And now it's in like big box stores and stuff. And I believe this plant was only like $12 or something. So that is totally amazing, and I'm really excited to have one of these now. So multi-stem, it said that they were a multi-stem pot, so there's 2 stems in here, so it is technically a multi-stem, and one of them is really big and then the other one is much smaller, but it's great. See, this one leaf doesn't look so happy. It looks like Gabriella Plants sprays their plants with something. I mean, they guarantee that their plants don't come with any pests, which is a hard thing to guarantee. The way that these plants have like a lot of residue on the leaves, it could be from like spraying a diatomaceous earth liquid or some type of other residual pesticide, or from a topical fertilizer, or all of the above, or some combination of those things. So I am not really sure, but the stuff that you see on the leaves is not because Gabriella plants are so dirty. It's probably something that they apply to their plants. I guess I don't know for sure. It could be that the plants are very dirty, but it's probably something that they spray them with. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. This plant is like comically full. I think this needs to be repotted. Which is an awesome condition for a plant to arrive in. Desperately needing a repot. That means that they sent you a very, very full plant. Whoa. There's barely any soil in this pot. Oh my gosh, this plant is just crazy. I think there's this one clump that is really wanting its own pot. This needs a repotting. Woo. Okay, so this is a philodendron Wend imbi, and it is a clumping philodendron, clearly. So instead of vining and getting very long, it grows in this very tight clump, and I'm not even going to begin to estimate how many leaves are on here. Hundreds of leaves. This is this is so amazing, and this plant was pretty inexpensive if I remember correctly. So I'm really excited to have this as like a little desk plant. Isn't this just so funny looking? It looks like a little head of hair or something. It's so cute. I love this plant. It doesn't look like extremely healthy, to be honest, but I think it maybe is just really thirsty. One thing I want to say about plants that grow this full is that usually this level of fullness is because the plants were grown in some very bright indirect light, but still bright light, bright enough to support all that foliage that is way down there, barely getting any light because it's blocked by other leaves, which tells me that this grew in a condition where it must have been getting a lot of light from all around in order to allow so much dense growth to develop in a way that is so packed in together. So what that also means is that when you bring this plant into your home and put this in a low light location, if you choose to do that, you're gonna see die off on inner leaves. And that's not because you're doing anything wrong, besides the fact that you put it in a lower light condition, and those leaves in the middle, if they don't get enough light, they're gonna start to die off, and you end up with the plant that is a little bit more sparse looking. So what I expect for my own care with this plant moving forward is I'm expecting that there will probably be some leaves on the inside of this that die off. So if this plant starts to look kind of bad for me as I continue to care for it, I'm gonna try to remember that this plant started off really full, and it might just be that it's not getting quite enough light to maintain all those inner leaves, but it still could be getting plenty of light to maintain the plant as a whole. Wow. Okay, wow. This is a philodendron Xanadu Deja Vu. So it's one of the philodendron Xanadu cultivars, and this is also another clumping, compact growing philodendron, and this is a really full one. I also have another one of these in my collection, but I wanted to buy another one. These clumping philodendrons, or the thematophyllums, like this one, this is thematophyllum Xanadu Deja Vu, they're much more difficult to propagate than the vining philodendrons because the nodes grow really close together, so you have to wait for the plants to get pretty large in order to start being able to cut them back and create new plants. So I wanted to propagate my other one, but realized that I should just buy a new one of these. So yeah, I got this one and I'm staring at it suspiciously because in my experience with these thematophyllums, they tend to have thrips. And they tend to die of thrips in my experience with them. But the good news on the upside of that is that the thrips like these plants so much that they tend to not leave this plant. So I'm just checking it out to make sure there aren't any thrips on it. If I saw thrips on this plant right now, I would ask them for a refund on it. That's why I'm checking, but I don't see any. So hooray! Philodendron Xanadu Deja Vu. All right, 3 left. Somehow it's working out without planning that my super wish list plant is all the way at the very end. So it's fate that this was meant to be a suspenseful video. This is the other Philodendron Goldii. Wow, this is beautiful. It is so beautiful. There's a new leaf coming out, which always scares me when the new leaves come out on this plant because they have so many like little parts that are attached by very small connections, and it always amazes me that these leaves manage to unfurl at all. But yeah, there we have it. This looks beautiful. Hooray. Getting buried in my plants over here, which is amazing. Which of these two? They both look like they don't have labels. I'm gonna go for this one first. Oh, doing the wish list one last. This one. All right, all right. What the heck? What the heck is going on with these roots? Look so funny at these aerial roots in a spiral. So this is a philodendron ruckus, which is, I think that might be the name given to this plant by Gabriella Plants, by the growers there. So Gabriella Plants hybridized these. They grew these from seed. This is a hybrid between the philodendron corcovidens and the philodendron stenolobum. Those are both plants that have been classified as thematophyllum that have arrowhead shaped leaves, and I was just really curious to get one of these to see what it eventually grows into. So I've been eyeing this plant actually for many months. When they first released these at Gabriella Plants, they were selling them for like $95 I think a piece. So I kind of had a feeling that the price would come down, and it did. I think this was only like $25 or something, so it's still kind of a lot for a small plant, but I wanted to get in on the action and buy one of these hybrids that Gabriella Plants hybridized. So that means that they like pollinated a flower on one of the parent plants and then grew these from seed. So very exciting. And also, because these were grown from seed and not propagated, the batch of these plants, all the individuals could end up with slight differences because they're not clones of each other like a lot of houseplants are. They are all babies with their own little genetics from the different seeds. So I'm very excited to have this plant because I'm curious about the possibility of how this is going to turn out and maybe how it could end up being different from other people's plants who have the same 2 parents. So anyway, I'm very excited to have this one. Are we finally ready to do the wish list plant? Okay. I hope you guys aren't like disappointed because this isn't actually anything like super groundbreaking. I think a lot of you probably already have this plant, but I don't have one, so I'm really excited for it. So excited, I'm just coughing. Okay. I really hope this plant is really nice. I've been holding out. I'm nervous. Like not letting myself look. Oh my gosh. This leaf is so much bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Ah! Hooray! Okay, look at this, you guys. This is a Monstera constellation. So, oh my gosh, I made such a big mess. I just got so excited. I like threw caution to the wind and just got dirt everywhere. I'd been doing so good until just a second. Ah! Okay, here is my beautiful first ever Monstera Thai constellation. So I've been holding out wanting one of these plants for a really, really long time, and it was always secretly my plan that I was going to try to buy like an enormous one for, I don't know, a couple $100s or however much that was going to cost. And I was really sure that the price was going to just go down and down and down, but it's been years, and I think I'm maybe not patient enough to wait as long as I need to, I think the big ones are never going to actually go down in price. Many years ago, I was going to buy this enormous one for like $600. I was going to order it from someone and they were going to ship it to me. And I decided not to because I thought that maybe I could get a better deal. And over the years, as I've been waiting, looking at plants that are in like, 14-inch pots, the price has actually still been going up for some of these really big Thai constellations. So I regret not having bought that one like $500 plant many years ago, but and so since then, that was in like, I don't know, 2019, 2020, since then I've been waiting to see another huge one come around and wanted to buy it, but the prices have just been going up and up. So Gabriella Plants is offering these for only $50, I believe, so with the discount this was only like $44. So I'm super excited to have this. So the Thai constellations are a type of variegated monstera that have a speckling variegation pattern, and the variegation tends to be a little bit more stable than on the albo monsteras, where you can eventually have the plant revert and you need to propagate it. The Thai constellations have so much speckling throughout the plant that they tend not to revert. So I actually think that I prefer the speckled look of the Thai constellations to the solid albos. Like the regular albo monsteras have those big patches of white, and I kind of like the way that this just has the little cute like sprinkles throughout. So anyway, yay, I'm so excited. And $40 or $44 seemed like a totally reasonable price to me to pay for one of these Thai constellations. So if they still have them on the Gabriella Plant site and you've been wanting one of these, you might want to check it out. I literally can't believe that I'm sitting here surrounded by a whole forest that just came in the mail. My plan for these is I have a room up here that I want to convert into a little bit of a plant room. 7 philodendrons, 1 very special monstera, 4 hoyas, 1 jungle cactus, and 1 metanilla. Oh my gosh, I'm so spoiled. This is a crazy haul. I'm very, very, very excited. Yay! Yay, yay. Okay, so next steps. There are some of these plants that definitely need some help. This little philodendron hybrid needs a bigger pot. I think it's in moss actually. And then there was one of the hoyas that I think is broken, so I'm gonna need to propagate that. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that soon, and I need to repot. Oh, this one needs some love because it's kind of exploded out of its pot. So yeah, I'm so excited to have these. Gabriella Plants order. They have a referral program, which is nice. We'll put in a link to if you're ordering fewer than 4 plants and you want like a $5 off coupon. I think I can just give that to you. They always have 15% off if you order 4 plants. So that's pretty awesome too. All of those links will be in the video description. I am so excited to have all of these new plants. I would love to hear from you on what you've ordered in the mail recently. I don't know, do you feel like $40-something was a good price for this, or should I have waited longer? I don't know. I feel like if I waited maybe 1 more year, these might become the price of just like regular plants, but I really wanted to get one. Let me know what you think on the price of this, if you feel like this was a good deal. Which of these plants were your favorite in this order, or if there were any that you particularly dislike or have had a hard time caring for, or are the best growers ever for you. I would love to know. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. This is really fun for me to make, obviously, because I just unboxed 14 new plants. So yeah, I hope that your plants are bringing you joy, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye.